Demolition exercise underway at Fmot Fishing Beach. The Trelawney Municipal Corporation (TMC) commenced demolition of illegal structures at the Fmot Fishing Beach on Tuesday morning. Citing the occupants of the structures steal electricity and or without bathroom facilities, Mayor of Fmot and Chairman of the TMC, Councillor Colin Gager, said notices were recently served for demolition of the illegal structures. The beach is located near the Fmot All-Age School. The informal settlers near the school have also been accused of playing loud music during school hours and defecating on the school compound. Members of the Trelawney Police Division are on hand to provide security for the demolition crew. When the demolition crew arrived on the scene Tuesday morning, the occupiers had already leveled 4 of the structures. Citing that he didn't want to give any problem, one fisherman who gave his name as Ronaldo voluntarily pushed down his building on the beach. Man-woman arrested after gun scamming documents seized in St. James raid. A man and a woman were arrested in connection with the seizure of a handgun and lottery scamming during an operation at Coconut Palm, Mount Salem in St. James on Monday. According to the Mount Salem police, in addition to the weapon, 49 rounds of ammunition were also seized. The identities of the duo arrested are being withheld pending further investigation. CPSA identified school where viral bullying incidents occurred. Agency says support is being provided to students involved. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPSA, says it has identified the school at which a recent bullying incident that was captured on video occurred. The video of the incident involving 2 students has gone viral on social media. The agency says it will send its first responders team to the school to provide counseling to the students involved. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the CPSA, Loretta Adams Thomas, has described the incident as disturbing. She said these incidents could lead to suicide attempts and other issues for the victims. She called on students not to be afraid to speak out against bullying.
The video was horrifying, and it is more so disturbing to think that based on the participation and reaction of the students, that they were unfazed by this type of violence. In cases of bullying, no one is left unscathed. The victim may experience immediate and devastating effects such as anxiety, severe depression, low self-esteem, which can also lead to attempted suicide, challenges in forming personal relationships, poor academic performance, just to name a few. And while the perpetrators are also at risk of long-term negative effects, including social isolation and increased aggression, they themselves may be victims of bullying in their own homes and are further perpetuating a cycle of abuse. We are calling on students to be brave and to speak out regarding incidents of bullying or any other forms of abuse that you may see. Tell a trusted adult or call 211 and tell us anonymously what you have witnessed or what you have experienced. It is imperative that you say something to someone, as the life and mental well-being of yourself or your classmates may depend on it.
Police investigating threat against persons at St. Elizabeth School, where a submachine gun was seized for a 7-year-old. The St. Elizabeth police are investigating the alleged threat against persons at the primary school, where a submachine gun was seized from a 7-year-old last week. The gun was reportedly found in the bag which the child had last Thursday, and the police alerted. Giving an update, Commanding Officer Superintendent Claridge Minto said the child's father was taken into custody following the seizure. Noting that the investigation into the incident is far advanced, Superintendent Minto said the police are also dealing with threats against the school community. Superintendent Minto said police support is being given to the school.
The investigation at this time is advanced. I won't be able to speak to the specifics. However, we are now treating with the matter of threats being made against persons from the school. And so that has come to our attention over the last 2 days, and we are investigating the source of the threats. I want to appeal to persons in the area to refrain from interfering with any form of witness or any person connected to this investigation. The investigation, as I indicate, is advanced. The weapon was seized and has been sent to a forensic lab for testing. So firstly, our CSS team, Community Safety and Security officers, have been deployed. We have been supporting the schools across the division since the opening of school. In fact, this was the first major incident that has occurred in any of our schools in the parish. Since this incident, we have been in that particular school. We have had at least one major meeting with the school administrators as well as persons from the Ministry of Education, and there are certain decisions that are being treated with from the school level. We continue to provide support in terms of security, in terms of having our school resource officers deployed, and we will continue that support in our schools across the parish.
Some nurses reported restive as matters relating to their compensation review remain unsettled. Some of the island's public nurses are reportedly restive as matters relating to their compensation review remain unsettled. In a statement, the Nurse Association of Jamaica, NAG, said it was aware that umbrella group Jamaica Confederation of the Trade Unions, JCTU, signed a wage agreement with the government last week. It noted, however, that it has not yet struck a deal with the Finance Ministry. Speaking with reporters, NAJ President Don Mary Richards said the ministry has not engaged the association further. Noting that some members are restive, Mrs. Richards said the NAJ is anticipating a meeting with Minister Dr. Nigel Clark.
There are those who have complained that they are restive, and there are some who have not said anything. But that was the main reason for sending out the press release, just to remind people that the nurses have not signed as yet, because I was getting a lot of queries in relation to the document that was being circulated, that was signed last Thursday by the Joint Confederation. We have not been approached for signature, so at this time we are just awaiting the call from the Honourable Minister.
MP urges National Violence Prevention Commission to expedite its work and publish reports sooner. Member of Parliament for Kingston Central, the Jamaica Labour Party's Donovan Williams, says it is urgent that the country speaks with one unified voice against violence and defiant behaviour, which is being normalised, accepted, and even showcased by institutions in the society. Williams is urging the National Violence Prevention Commission to expedite its work and publish its report as soon as possible so that empirical and studies perspectives in violence criminality in Jamaica can be placed front and centre of the national agenda. There is no denying that Jamaica has been grappled over many decades by an epidemic of violence. It is particularly disturbing that there is a discriminatory tolerance for violence and tacit support for violence producers and those who promote violence in our society, Williams noted. The parliamentarian recounted that Prime Minister Andrew Holness had commissioned the National Violence Prevention Commission to undertake a continued comprehensive review of all its existing public and private violence prevention programs. He said the report is a necessary roadmap to address a noticeable drift in our society to accept and normalize violent behaviors and personalities, especially among our impressionable youth. In light of the concern among well-thinking Jamaicans that there is a mainstreaming and normalization of violence, violence producers and those who promote violence in our society, publication of the report of the National Violence Prevention Commission would be very useful at this time. I anticipate that the report contains recommendations that may help us as a country to better understand the nature of violence and criminality in our society and how attitudes towards the surge in violence are shaped, Williams noted. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.